What truly motivates us to move? Not just our bodies, but our lives. In this episode of Soul Talk, we go deeper into the science of motivation, how brain chemistry, personal meaning, habits, and self-talk shape our drive. You'll discover practical tools, neuroscience-backed truths, and soulful reflections to stay consistent, especially when motivation fades. I'd love it if you took a few seconds to subscribe to my YouTube channel for weekly episodes that explore wellness through the lens of movement, mindfulness, and mindset. Welcome, 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 everyone, back to the Soul Talk podcast, where we explore the powerful intersection of movement, mindset, and meaning. I'm your host, Mary Beth Rim, a therapist, a runner, a coach, and someone who believes in the incredible potential of healing from the inside out. This is week 3 of our Mindset and Movement series, and today we're talking about a topic that fuels everything we do, especially when it gets hard: motivation. Now, let me ask you, have you ever had the perfect plan to get moving? Whether it was for a walk, a run, a yoga class, or even a morning meditation, and then suddenly you couldn't find the spark to start. You were tired, you didn't sleep all last night, distracted from work, overwhelmed, or maybe you just couldn't remember why it mattered anymore. You're not lazy, you're not broken, you are human. And today we're unpacking the real science of motivation, not just the pop psychology version, but what's actually happening in your brain, your body, and your spirit. So let's start with the brain. Motivation begins with dopamine. And dopamine is a neurotransmitter that's often misunderstood. People call it the pleasure chemical. But in truth, it's more about anticipation than reward. When you imagine finishing a run or feel that flutter when planning a new goal, that's dopamine at work. It's the spark that moves you towards action. But here's the kicker. Dopamine isn't just released when you succeed. It spikes when you make progress. I always like to say it's progress over perfection. So if you're waiting to feel motivated only after you accomplish something, you may never start. The science tells us tiny wins more than big goals. I mean, you can have a big goal, but start to chunk it down so that you have some sort of a win to celebrate. That keeps you moving. And anticipation drives momentum. Celebrating small progress keeps the dopamine loop alive. So ask yourself, what small win can I acknowledge today? Even if it's just putting on your shoes, choosing water over soda or coffee, or pressing play on this episode. So pause here for a second and reflect on that. Now let's go deeper into the why behind movement. There are 2 main kinds of motivations. There's extrinsic, which is driven by rewards and expectations. It's what's out there. It's the outside world. It's like, I want to lose weight. I should run. I have to get these miles in. And then there's intrinsic, which is fueled by the internal joy of doing it, the purpose of it, and connection that you feel. I move because it clears my mind, which is true. This is why I go out there and run. Clears my mind because it makes me feel alive. Now, both kinds, they can play a role, but the research is clear. Intrinsic motivation leads to consistency. Why? Because it connects you to something within, not something that's on the outside, not something that's out there that other people are doing, that comparison trap that we get into. So this is where movement becomes medicine. So when we walk, we run, or even breathe, not to fix ourselves, but to come home to ourselves. And then something inside of you just shifts. So if you have a journal, take that out, grab a pen, pencil, and write this down. What story do I tell myself about why I move? Is it rooted in self-punishment or self-love? Is it about chasing a finish line or being present within your body? What would it look like to reclaim movement as a gift instead of a task? Most people feel that they have to exercise because it's something that they have to do instead of something that they get to do. Now let's normalize something we don't talk about enough. Motivation comes in waves. It's not a straight line. It's not linear. It's rhythm. It's a rhythm. It's like the waves in the ocean. Some days it's, really calm, and then other days it's pretty choppy. But think about nature as well. There are seasons. There are seasons of growth, seasons of stillness, and seasons of release. Our motivation moves like that too. You won't always feel up to it. You won't always bounce out of bed ready to go. That doesn't mean you failed. What matters is building a system that catches you when motivation just kind of dips. Having a routine, reminders, even rituals. So here are a few science-backed strategies. One is called habit stacking. So you want to pair a new habit with an existing one. So say that you go out and you go for a run. After you run, you might want to stretch, or you might want to take a, a 10-minute bike ride or a walk, something. Or you might even want to pull out your journal and write down how you felt. The other strategy is the visual cues. This one's important. Put your shoes out there where you can see them. A journal by your bedside, and a pen, of course, or a yoga mat. You want to put things where you can see them. Because if you can see them, it's a reminder to saying, maybe I should do this. Also, find an accountability partner. Find somebody that has a goal like you. Track it in a shared calendar. Excite each other about it. Also, reward memory. Remind yourself how you felt after your last run. The brain remembers joy. Use it. Here's a mantra to try. I really like this mantra. I don't have to feel motivated to begin. I move to meet my motivation. I don't have to feel motivated to begin. I move to meet my motivation. Let's bring the body back in. So much for motivation lives in the mind, but it's anchored in the body. So when you move in a way that feels good, feels safe, empowering, your nervous system responds to that. And your brain rewires that movement as a source of well-being, not punishment. And here's a practice. So next time you go out for a run or walk, whatever exercise that you do, repeat this. This is me coming back to myself. Let your breath set the pace. Let your heartbeat remind you you're alive, you're healing, you're showing up. That's the main thing, showing up. That's motivation, not hype, not hustle. It's presence. purpose, and progress. So before we close, here's what I want you to take with you. You don't need more willpower. What you need is more connection to what matters to you. Not what matters to anybody else, but what matters to you. Motivation isn't a mood, it's a system, it's a story, and a sensation in your body. So this week, give yourself permission to redefine what it means to be motivated. Ask yourself, what helps me feel alive? What's one small win I can celebrate today? How can I move in a way that honors my body, my mind, my spirit, my truth? And remember, you're not doing this alone. Next week, we'll be exploring something that is often overlooked in the wellness world: rest as resistance and renewal. Trust me, you don't want to miss this one. So if this episode inspired you, please take a moment to subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's the best way to stay connected and help others find this message. You can also follow me on social media, on Instagram at LCSW Runner, and share your motivation story with me. I would love, 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 love to connect with you and hear your story. Until next time, I'm Mary Beth Rim. Keep putting in the miles, not just with your feet, but with your heart.